Have you ever noticed that the air changes when you enter a place? Conversations stop, laughter fades, eyes turn away, and no one can explain why. It isn't arrogance, nor is it coldness. It is something deeper, an intensity that doesn't need sound to be felt. It is the kind of presence that reveals more than it shows. A silent field that awakens something dormant in the people around you. People call you too serious, too intense, but what they feel is something they don't even know how to name: the truth. Because when someone lives with consciousness, those who live asleep feel discomfort. Your energy doesn't need words. It shows what others try to hide. And that causes fear, not of you, but of the reflection you project onto them. Carl Jung called this psychic projection, the invisible mirror that everyone carries, reflecting what others avoid facing. When you walk in, it's not you who scares them. It's what others see of themselves through you, and that reflection often is not beautiful. But it is real. You don't speak much, but when you do, there is weight. Your words don't float, they dive. You don't seek to impress, you seek meaning. And meaning is something few can sustain. There's a type of presence that cannot be explained, only felt. And yours is one of them. Most people live on the surface. You live at the bottom, and the bottom is frightening because there are no masks there. Only truths that burn. Intensity is not a flaw. It is depth without a filter. And the deeper the soul, the harder it is to find someone who can bear to look inside it. That is why they call you difficult. Not because you are complicated, but because your presence demands sincerity. And sincerity in a world of performance is a revolution. You don't fit into shallow patterns. And the system doesn't know what to do with those who refuse to pretend. Jung believed that those who face their own shadow begin to carry a rare kind of light. A light that does not shine, it reveals. This is the aura that others feel. An invisible field that says, I have already seen what you hide. And that is power, but it is also a burden. This energy is not a gift. It is a transformed scar. It is the result of internal warfare, of someone who fell, broke, and rebuilt themselves. Every reconstructed fragment turned into presence. That is why they call you strange. But the strange ones are those who run from themselves. You simply chose to look. Your energy doesn't need a stage, nor does it need applause. It is self-sufficient, and that disturbs those who live for approval. The silence of someone who is whole is deafening, and that is why sometimes the world tries to silence you. Being real comes at a price. You perceive falsehood before it even speaks. You feel the tension before it happens. While others act out the social theater, you observe and you see everything. And silence sometimes weighs more than any word. That is why they grow weary of you. Not out of boredom, but because they feel exposed near your clarity. Your calmness highlights their anxiety. Your security reveals their insecurities. Your truth undresses their lies, and no one likes to be stripped bare without warning. But do not blame yourself. You don't cause this. You are this. a walking mirror of what others avoid seeing. And even without intending to, you transform everything around you. Authenticity has this side effect. It awakens dormant consciences. This presence is accompanied by solitude, an ancient solitude, which does not come from a lack of people, but from a lack of truth. You are surrounded by voices, but you long for soul, and soul is a rare thing. Jung used to say that solitude of the spirit is the price of consciousness. Those who see too much feel too much, and those who feel too much grow tired of the noise. But it is in this silence that strength grows. Depth is heavy, but it is also sacred. Those who live in depth live between extremes. The most sincere connection and the cruelest isolation. But it is there, in that void, where the power of those who do not need to be understood to exist is born. To be whole is to not depend on the gaze of others. You don't seek followers, you attract seekers. People who feel something different and don't know what it is. They approach, they open up, and sometimes they vanish. Not because you hurt them, but because you touched them where it ached. And not everyone is ready to see themselves. You awaken the unconscious. And the unconscious is fierce. Those who are not ready to look at themselves flee. But those who stay change. Because your presence doesn't heal, it awakens. And awakening is always painful before it is liberating. Some admire you, others reject you, but everyone feels you. You are the living reminder that there is more depth than the world wants to admit. And this reminder is uncomfortable because it invites the truth. It's not about an aura, it's about truth. You are proof that it is possible to walk through chaos and remain whole. And for many, this is unbearable. Because it shows what they haven't yet managed to be. You represent what is rare, integrity. We live in a society that rewards the artificial. Those who are real threaten the system. You don't play the game, and the game doesn't know what to do with you. Being true is an act of resistance. And to resist today is revolutionary. This is your power. Being the exception in the midst of convenience. Being silence in the midst of noise. Being authenticity in times of masks. And showing that being deep is not a weakness. It is refined strength. To be rare is to be lonely, but it is also to be free. You don't need to dim your light to fit in, nor pretend in order to be loved. The light that irritates others is the same one that guides you. And those who truly see will recognize you, even in the midst of darkness. Do not apologize for your intensity. It is the signature of your soul. Those who cannot handle it haven't yet learned how to handle themselves. Continue to be a lighthouse, even if the world prefers the shadows. Continue being, even when they call you strange, difficult, or too deep. Because those who feel everything live everything. And those who live everything understand the invisible. The invisible is what truly matters, and it is what makes you who you are. If this video spoke to you, Leave a comment about what touched you most. Share it with someone who spent their life hiding. Perhaps it will help them see themselves. And remember, the world doesn't need more noise. It needs more presence. That's all for now. Let your mind deal with the rest. See you later. Or perhaps, see you never.